Hi.
Hi, everybody.
Where is Miss Cook? Miss Cook, Miss Cook. Hey, Miss Cook.
Also known as Pig One.
Why are some of them just like pigs?
That's a great question. Is that you, Avery?
Yes.
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 You will be surprised in a little bit. We have a lovely presentation for you.
I like that. Oh, I like the big bag of wolf. That's silly. I like the one that has like the wooden house.
Oh, yes, Miss Duffy. She's a lovely house. All right, Avery, remember, just like in class, we love when you share, but make sure you want to say something, raise your hand, okay?
All right, guys. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I am Mrs. Birch. I'm the program director here at VLA. Our teachers have been working super hard to plan this super fun night for you all. So I'm going to introduce our teachers, and then we're going to start off with some fun activities. So we have Miss Lewis in second grade, if you'll wait.
Hello.
There you go. Miss Duffy in third grade. Miss Bragg in second grade. Miss Ramey in first grade. Miss Martin in kindergarten. Miss Clement is our admin dean. Miss Halen is our fourth grade teacher. Mr. McGuire is our art teacher. And Miss Cook is our first grade teacher. So thank you all so much for coming out tonight and joining us for our Read Across America night. We have some fun things planned. If you all will just put on your mute for your microphones, just like you do during the day. And then if you have questions or comments or anything you need to say, you can just raise your hand and we'll get started from there. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Miss Lewis and she's going to get us started.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Miss Birch, for that introduction. We are so happy to be here this evening and to celebrate Read Across America and do some fun activities with you all. All right, so we are going to get started with our first activity. And our first activity is going to be a story that many of you may already know. It's the story of the Three Little Pigs. But we are going to do it as a reader's theater. All right, so here we go. There were three little pigs. It was time for them to build homes for themselves. The first little pig bought some straw. The second little pig bought some sticks. The third little pig bought some bricks.
Oh, she's muted.
Oh,
I'm going to build my house out of straw. It will not take much time at all.
I'm going to build my house out of sticks. It will not take much time at all either.
I am going to build my house out of bricks. It will take a long time, but it will be strong.
the three little pigs left to build their houses. The first little pig finished building his house of straw quickly.
I am done making my house of straw. That was easy. Now I can relax for the rest of the day.
The little pig went into his new straw house. Then he heard a knock at the door.
Little pig, let me come in. I promise I won't hurt you.
Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin. I know you are tricking me. You want to eat me.
If you won't let me in, then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down.
The big bad wolf huffed and puffed, and he blew the house down. The little pig ran away as fast as he could. The second little pig had finished building his house of sticks quickly.
I'm done making my house of sticks. That wasn't very hard. Now I can go inside and relax for the rest of the day.
Then he heard a knock at the door.
Let me in! The big bad wolf is coming to eat me up.
Hurry, come inside and we can find a place to hide.
A few minutes later, there was another knock at the door. It was the wolf, and he was angry.
little pigs, let me come in. I promise I won't hurt you.
Not by the hair of our chinny chin chins.
We know you are tricking us. You want to eat us.
If you won't let me in, then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down. I've done it once before and I can do it again.
The big bad wolf huffed and puffed, and he blew the house down. The little pigs ran away as fast as they could. The third little pig had just finished building his house of bricks.
I am done making my house of bricks. That took a long time. Now I can finally go inside and relax.
The third little pig went inside and sat down in his chair. Then he heard a knock at the door.
Let us in! That wolf is coming to eat us up!
Inside, you'll be safe because my house is strong.
A few minutes later, they heard another knock at the door. It was the wolf, and he was angry.
Little pigs, let me come in right now. I promise I won't hurt you.
Not by the hair on our chinny chin chins.
Oh, you are tricking us.
You want to eat us.
If you won't let me in, then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down. I've done it twice before and I can do it again.
The wolf huffed and he puffed, but the house didn't move. He huffed and puffed some more, but he couldn't blow down the house. The bricks were too strong, so he climbed on the roof to go down the chimney, and the pigs heard him coming.
Let's light a fire in the fireplace and put a pot of water on it. Then the big bad wolf will fall into the boiling water.
That's a great idea.
It's sure to work, and then we'll be safe.
The little pigs put a pot of water on the fire. Soon the water started to boil, and as the big bad wolf came down the chimney, he fell in the pot of boiling water.
Ow! You tricked me, little pigs. You will pay for this.
The big bad wolf jumped out of the pot and raced back up the chimney, and the three little pigs were safe in the strong brick house. The end. All right, let's give our performers a round of applause. Great job. Thank you so much. All right, so we have an activity to do with our story, and it's like a quiz, and you may have done this in class before. It is called Quizizz, and so if you have a phone or a tablet or even another window that you can open up on your computer, you might want to do that for this. So we're going to try it, and we're going to see if it works. So you will go to this website. It's joinmyquiz.com, and then you will put in this 6-digit code to play the game. So I'm going to kind of look and see as people join. You shouldn't need to download anything. You should just be able to go to the web link and then put in that code. All right, I see Avery has joined. Great job, Avery. And there's Miss Cook and Miss Bragg.
I also put the link in the chat. If anyone wants to click on that, it should take you to the webpage as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Miss Cook. All right, Janaya and Jose, Miss Birch. We're going to give a few more seconds for a few more people to get a chance to join the quiz. Remember, this is just for fun, but it might be just a little bit fun to have this and add it to our day. It's always good to think about the stories that we read and listen to. Okay, I'm going to give 10 more seconds. If you are
What's the
still
code?
watching on, it's 741064. I'm going to type that in the chat box as well. So the code, once you get to the website, is 741064. All right. Are we waiting on anyone? If we're waiting on you, please speak now. Okay, here we go. So let's see. Congratulations to Sammy Hudson. You are our winner. You got first place in our quiz. Great job. Yay, Sammy. All right. Very good. Okay, so let's see who is up next. Miss Martin, are you ready for your activity next, or would that be Miss Duffy?
I think it's me, I believe.
All right.
Miss Martin said she wanted to go next. So can I share my screen?
Yes, ma'am. You should be able to. Let me know if it doesn't work.
Yep, it will let me share my screen. So we are going to, some of you may have already seen or read this book. If you did, you're going to get to hear it one more time. It's one of my favorites, and it is going to play for you in just a moment. Let me make sure. Can you see it? It's called Dreams by Ezra Jack Keats. And I should have my sound settings correct, but let me just make sure really quick. It says that it should be playing the computer settings. So can you hear that? Nope. Okay. All right, let me see what I'm doing wrong.
Thank
there
you
it is.
everyone for
I
being
got it.
patient. There we go.
I think I've got it now. All right, here we go.
Dreams by Ezra Jack Keats. It was hot. After supper, Roberto came to his window to talk to Amy. Look what I made in school today, a paper mouse. Does it do anything? Amy asked. Roberto thought for a while. I don't know, he said, and then he put the mouse on the windowsill. As it grew darker, the city got quieter. Bedtime, Roberto, called his mother. Bedtime for you too, other mothers called. Good night, Amy. Good night, Roberto. Good night, echoed the parrot. Soon they were all in bed. Soon everybody was dreaming, except one person. Finally, he got up and went to the window. What he saw down in the street made him gasp. There was Archie's cat. A big dog had chased him into a box. The dog snarled. He's trapped, thought Roberto. What should I do? Then it happened. His pajama sleeve brushed the paper mouse off the windowsill. It sailed away from him. Down it fell, turning this way and that, casting a big shadow on the wall. The shadow grew bigger and bigger and bigger. The dog howled and ran away. The cat dashed across the street and jumped through Archie's open window. Wow! Wait till I tell Archie what happened, thought Roberto. That was some mouse. Oh, he yawned and he went back to bed. Morning came and everybody was getting up, except one person. Roberto was fast asleep, dreaming. I wonder what Roberto is dreaming about. I wonder if he's dreaming about his fabulous adventure. He seems to have a smile.
Okay, I'm going to stop it right there, but I'm going to ask the question, who do you think, or what do you think scared the dog away? Who can tell me? What scared the dog away? Avery, I think I saw your hand first.
I think the shadow of the mouse.
Right. Why do you think the shadow? What was different about the shadow compared to the actual?
It was so big.
Right. And so the dog thought that a giant mouse was coming to get him, right? But really it was just a teeny tiny mouse.
Yeah, and it was made of paper.
Right. And perfect segue. We are going to make our own paper mice. And so this is one of my friends. I haven't given him a name yet. He's one of my paper mice friends. And then this one is another one that I made. And both of them you can make no matter what kind of supplies you have. So with my friend here, I just had some white paper and I made a cone for his body. I made his whiskers out of paper. I made his ears out of white paper, his tail. And then I took my crayons and I gave him, can't really see it back there. I gave him a little pink nose and 2 black eyes. And so all I needed was crayons and paper and glue and scissors. My other friend, I had some other craft supplies. So for him, I was able, his nose is falling off, but I was able to give him a fuzzy ball for his nose. And I used pipe cleaners for his whiskers and 2 googly eyes. And I had some colored paper. So we're going to make our own mice and see what their shadows look like. And then you have to tell your teacher tomorrow if your mouse has any adventures tonight, okay? So if you have a piece of paper, what you're going to do is you're going to hold it up and you're going to hold it like this. So it's the shape of who can tell me what shape is this? This is a square, but if I turn it like this, what shape is it? Does anybody know?
It's a prism.
Or diamond.
Very good. It is a prism. It's also a diamond, but prism works very well. So we're going to take our paper and we're going to fold it backwards to make a cone. So if you have an adult, you might need an adult to help you. To take your paper, use your glue to glue the two pieces together. And it's okay if you fold it. It's okay if it comes undone the first time, because we can just, sometimes things are better the second time we do them because we get a second chance at doing it. So mine, I've already got glue all over my fingers. I'm going to angle this down a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm taking, so I have my paper cone. And I kind of have to press it because the glue won't always stick together. So I have a cone, but it's got, looks kind of like a party hat with the back. So what I'm going to do with my scissors is I'm going to cut that extra little piece off the bottom. But I'm going to keep that because I'm going to use that later. So now my cone will kind of sit on my hand. And so now you can decide how you want to make your mouse, how you want him to have his whiskers. That extra piece of paper that you cut, you can go to one of the straight sides. And I'm going to take my paper. I'm trying to do it so you can see what I'm doing. And I can just cut a straight piece like that. And that can be one of my whiskers. I can cut another piece, another whisker, and another piece for another whisker. And then on the top of my cone, kind of down here by his nose, I can stick as many whiskers as I want on. So I can make his whiskers with paper, or if you have pipe cleaners, you can even cut one of the pipe cleaners and maybe make his top whisker a pipe cleaner. So whatever you have, it's okay if you don't have pipe cleaners, but there's some whiskers. And so the same thing with my mice that I did before. I had one that I used googly eyes on because I had those. He just lost his nose. But I had another one that I just used a crayon with. So no matter what you have.
I can't.
You can go ahead and
I
use
made a filmy maple.
and then glue on your eyes, or you can draw on your eyes. So go ahead, take your time, make your cone and your whiskers and put on your eyes. There's my guy so far.
This goes.
Oh, one of my whiskers almost fell off. And then mice always have a cute little pink nose, so you can color his nose on, or if you have like a cotton ball, or maybe you have a little pom-pom like this one I have here, you can stick it on the end and give him a little nose. And so this guy, his nose is drawn on. There's a pink nose. And this guy, he has a little pom-pom for his nose.
Oops, daisy.
That's okay. Take your time. You're doing good. Now, again, you can use that extra little piece of paper that we have left over, or if you have another piece of paper, you can do that too. but I always like to start at the corner, and then I just kind of make a round part at the top, and I kind of made an ear. Or I could go like this and I could color the inside pink, and that would be his ear sticking up. So you just, I'll show you again. Just start it at the corner, and you get to look back. You'll be able to see what I'm doing better if I start there and just cut around the inside. And he can have big ears, little ears. He can be a he can be a she, whatever you want your mouse to be. Roberto didn't give his mouse a name, but you could give your mouse a name. So I'm going to color on the inside of his ears, because sometimes we're afraid of mice when they're, if like you see one inside a house or like outside and it runs in your garage, but they're actually kind of cute. And they actually, some people even have them as pets. So the last little part, I made my little ears. And I'm gonna stick them up above where his eyes are. Mice have really small faces, so they don't have to go too far apart. That one's stuck now. There's that one. So he's got his two little ears. Trying to orient myself to my camera. So here's both of them, whether you had pom-poms and pipe cleaners, or whether you just did it with paper and crayons. Either way, you can make your mouse. And the very last part, you don't have to be at the last part, but just in case anybody's ready, you go ahead and take your time. The very last part is, I think, probably my favorite part, is that I'm going to take another piece of paper. It can be a plain white piece of paper, or mine actually has a print on the other side, and it's up to you what you want to do. And actually, I'm going to use this piece because I had some cut out of it. But one of the ways that I made a tail, you'll see that this guy has like a super swirly tail. And this guy just has like a tiny little curl. For the tiny curl, I just cut up the side of one piece of paper. And then I just curled that piece of paper around my finger, around and around and around for a second. And when I pulled it off, it had a little bit of a curl. And you can tape that right to the back. So there's his nose down there, and tape his tail right there. The other tail I did was a little bit more tricky. So here's this guy. I'm gonna set him here for a second. I wish I could set him. I'm gonna set it so you can see this guy, but also see what I'm doing. Mr. McGuire, I don't know how you do this every single day. Showing what you're doing and talk about it and get everything on the screen at the same time. But the other way you can do the tail is to cut a circle out of your paper. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle. Mine's not a perfect circle at all. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here, and I'm going to cut around the edge. So you see how I've kind of started to cut this piece here? And I'm just going to cut around the edge. And I want to make sure I don't cut the piece off. And I just keep turning it and cutting. This one's harder, like I said. So it might be easier to do the one where you wrap it around your finger. But this is something, maybe if you have an older brother or sister, or your mom or dad, or another family member who's there at home with you, they could help you with this kind of tail. You can make a whole little mouse family. But with this one, that's how you get the big springy tail. And so we could make my mouse. His name's going to be Two Tails. He's going to have two tails. One's going to be a springy tail and one's going to be more of a curly tail. But so there's Two Tails. And his whiskers are not perfect, but you know what? I kind of like him like this. Kind of like him not being, well, I didn't want him to have whiskers, but I like him just the way he is. So when you have your mouse, go ahead and show it to us in the camera so that we can see what you've worked on so far and what you've done. Oh, Miss Cook, you did a great job. That's Miss Cook's mouse. Anybody else want to show where they're at? Oh, Lucy, very good. Very good job. I like that one. Avery, did you start on your mouse? Are you making one? No, you're just watching, maybe for later.
I don't really want to make one right now.
That's fine. Like I said, maybe for later. All right. Anybody else make their mouse and one? Oh, goodness. Look at that. I like that one.
Miss Duffy, this is mine. Miss Bragg.
Okay, Miss Bragg. I got to find you because everybody's across the top. Oh, I like yours, Miss Bragg. I like it a lot. Oh, is it Sanvika? Is that correct? Did I say that right? Look at yours. Yours has arms. And I love that. Yours looks like the one from the book. These are great, you guys. I love how creative you got, and you just did however you wanted your mouse to look. And the fact that your mouse looks different than mine is awesome. Oh, is it John and Alice? That looks great. Cambry, that looks awesome. Everybody's who look different. Everybody's are special just to them. Good job. And like I said, Avery said she didn't feel like doing it right now. That's okay. She can change her mind, and now she knows how, and she can do it later if she wants to. But so remember, put it on your windowsill tonight, and then you have to tell your teacher in the morning if your mouse has any adventures while you're sleeping. Okay?
I see Sammy made a mouse too. I like your mouse.
There it is.
Sammy. Good job.
Oh yeah, there's Sammy. Sorry, I've got the bar across. I can't see everybody at the same time. Good job, you guys. Very good. All right, Miss Cook, unless anybody else wants to show theirs, I am going to turn it over to you.
All right. Thank you so
or
much.
Mrs. Lewis. I'm sorry,
No,
Mrs.
that's
Lewis.
okay. That's okay. It's okay. Thank you so much, Miss Duffy, for sharing Dreams by Ezra Jack Keats. He is one of my favorite authors, and we in second grade in my class read that book yesterday. So this was the perfect activity to go along with that. So this is so exciting. And maybe tonight you can also try to make a shadow with your mouse and see if you can make the shadow, the big shadow or the small shadow, now that you have the paper cone mouse at your own house. All right, so next up we have Miss Martin, and she is going to do another story with us. So she's going to read a story, and then she has a drawing activity next. So after she reads the story, you will just need some paper and something to draw with, and she's going to show you how to make an illustration. All right, so Miss Martin, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. And we do have Mrs. Strokes here with us too to help us.
Oh, thanks so much for letting me know. All right, very good. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure that everyone can see you, and I'm gonna go ahead and remove myself.
All right, good evening, everyone. Hello, hello. So happy to see everyone. So glad you could join us. So tonight, Mrs. Schroetz and I have a fun activity to go along with the story, The Cool Bean. And this is going to follow our kindness theme this week. So I have the story on my computer. I'm going to share it and I'll read it for you. Make sure you really pay attention to this character. We might be doing something special with him afterwards. All right, let's pull up our story. Okay, we have The Cool Bean by Jory, John, and Pete Oswald. The Cool Bean. Watch out! Here come the cool beans. The cool beans. Oh yeah, check out how they move. Look at the way they swagger. Notice those sunglasses? Yow! The cool beans are known all over school, from house to house, across town, beyond county lines. In the olden days, last year, we were all one big pot of beans. We were a mixed bag, but somehow it worked. Yep, those were the good old days. And then we stopped seeing each other as much. That's just how it is sometimes. You spend less time together, even though you're not totally sure why. I watched as the beans I knew so well, the beans from my own pod, became the cool beans. Oh, they were so cool. One of them could play the guitar. Cool. One of them could draw the best superheroes. Cool. One of them could jump higher than any bean I'd ever known. Cool. Me? Well, I mostly stayed the same. Sure, I made some small changes. I wore sunglasses. Too big. I slicked my hair back. Too slick. I strutted around. Ow. I swaggered. Oof. I was still picked last for everything. My clothes never seemed to fit. I snorted when I laughed. I walked into stuff. I was an uncool bean for sure. I started thinking of myself as just a common bean with no special skills. I couldn't compete, so I didn't even try. I'd never be a cool bean. It seemed like there were two types of beans in the world. There were the cool beans and the beans like me. The days all blended together. I lived my life and things were just okay. I took tests and ate lunches and mostly kept to myself. The cool beans continued being cool. I mean, sure, I missed them a bit, but it's not like I was going to say anything. I felt like all that coolness had gotten in the way of our friendship. And that's how it went until one day I was in the cafeteria. I dropped my lunch on my loafers. Oh no, not again. But then something sort of miraculous happened. Out of nowhere, one of the cool beans helped me clean it up. He didn't even say anything. He just gave me a nod. That was it. Later, I was out on the playground. I tripped and scraped my knee and maybe cried a little bit, and everybody saw it. Another one of the cool beans came to my side, and without a word, he dusted me off. That afternoon, I was sitting in class. I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't notice, but our teacher had called on me. Everybody stared. I sat there in silence. Nobody said anything. And then everybody just laughed at me. That was it. After today, I was officially a has-been. But then one of the cool beans stood up and came over to me. Everybody watched. She leaned in close and whispered, "Hey, the teacher asked you to read from page 32. Then she gave me a quick wink and went back to her seat. It was a small gesture, sure, but it was also everything. I walked home with a goofy smile on my face. I smiled all the way through dinner. That day made all the difference. It was a day that could have been really bad if not for the kindness of a few cool beans. It gave me a shred of confidence. That shred of confidence has continued to grow. Somebody had my back, or a few somebodies. After that, I started hanging out with the cool beans again. Look, they have a little joke here. How have you been? Get it? How have you been? Not all the time, but sometimes. At lunch, after school, even on the weekends. Throughout all of this, I realized that it's not about how you look or any of that other silly stuff. It's about a wink or a nod or a smile at just the right moment. It's about dusting somebody off, helping them up again, and pointing them in the right direction. Now that's cool. The end. All right, I hope you all enjoyed our The Cool Bean story. Did you all like it? Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Yeah? Good. All right, now Mrs. Strokes is going to help us. We're going to make our own drawing of the cool bean. She's going to show us how we can draw him right here. Are you ready, Mrs. Strokes?
Let's take it away. All right, so I want everyone to know up front, I am not the perfect artist. So don't feel bad if yours looks a little off, because I can definitely guarantee mine will too. So it's probably going to show the other side. Yep, always does. But I have my camera here. I've got my piece of paper and my pencil with an eraser. I like to have my eraser ready because I make lots of mistakes. And if you hear my dogs, I'm sorry. They're always crazy and have to be right where I am. So I tried to get them out and they came back in. But we're going to listen to some easy directions. Says easy. We'll see. We'll be the judges of that as we draw, right, guys? Let's see. All right, so I've got my paper. I've got my pencil. And I have the directions. So on my paper, I'm going to start with step number 1. Draw the letter C. Now, if it's easier to turn your paper and make a normal C, I'm probably going to do that. I'm going to make my C, my big here. I'm going to turn it back so I see my cool bean's head here. Give me a good thumbs up when you have that C on there and maybe you've turned it to the right direction. Ooh, lots of thumbs. Awesome. Awesome. Perfect. I love seeing those thumbs. So step 2. Nice, Miss Martin. She's even showing me. I love how you're showing me. Step 2, draw the number 3 underneath. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn it again. And I've got to make the number 3. I don't want you to make it from that C. Well, I think mine's a little deep, but that's okay. I told you I'm not perfect at this. Might even erase and make it not so deep. Okay. like a bean, except my eraser's not doing the best job there. That's okay. We'll fix that in just a moment. Ooh, this is when you can really get creative. Step number 3, draw eyes and eyebrows. So for my eyes, I'm going to draw nice ovals. This one's a little smaller. Okay, and I'm going to make another circle in here and make it colored in with my pencil, or if you have something close by to make it black, you can. Okay. So let's make those eyes. You can make an expression with your eyebrows. The way you draw eyebrows shows an expression. So, put a little eyebrow here. Whoop. See, I'm going crazy as it is. Little eyebrows. Hopefully Mr. McGuire's not judging me too much here as my bean comes together. Mine looks a little worried. I wonder if you guys have eyebrows that don't look so worried. Oh, I gotta fix his eyes here. So I'm gonna give you a moment to do some eyes and eyebrows. Give me a good thumbs up when you have your eyes and eyebrows. I've got some thumbs up. Awesome. Got some awesome smiles going with it. Awesome job. Good. Ooh, lots of different personalities from our beans. Okay, so step number 4, add a mouth, tongue, and freckles. Ooh, that looks a little angry, Miss Duffy. Is it a little angry, babe? Oops. All right, so let's see. The freckles they have on our Mr. Bean are below the eye. I just make small little dots here. And an easy mouth. A little tongue. So do I still? Yes, I do. It kind of reminds me. Now, my friends that were with me yesterday, it kind of reminds me of my eye mask. It's got that bean shape. I should just use this. Oh, we've got tongue sticking out the other way instead of up. Oh, eyes looking over to the side. So he's like, what's going on over there? Oh, very nice. Very nice. Wonderful working. So we've got our bean, our cool bean coming together. All right. Oh boy. Here comes even more fun personality. Step number 5. We're going to add bumps at the top and erase the middle line. So this is what we're going to do. So we're going to add like a bump here, kind of bring in his hair. So we're making a V. I'm going to make a V instead of a bump. So kind of made a curved V. You decide what kind of V you want. And then I need to take my eraser and erase that part. Then I'm going to add some spikes. So he's got some cool hair. Ooh. How are you going to make your spikes? I'll give mine some texture. Adding in some light lines, look like his hair there. What's your Cool Beans hair look like? Ooh, very nice. I see Cambry gave me some awesome spiky hair. Oh, Miss Cook. Oh, I think it's trying to focus there. Oh, man. Oh, there we go. Oh, she colored in hers. Love it. Oh, very nice. Very nice. I'm flipping through and I'm seeing wonderful hair. So great. Oh, Miss Martin. Oh, I love it. Oh, I see Rosalie. Oh, awesome. Oh, Miss Debbie. Oh, we've got creative down here with the bottom. There's some more hair there, huh? Okay, I guess you can decide on this one. Step 6 is to draw a bow tie. If you want to have a bow tie, it's going to go below. Or if you want to have a hair bow, you maybe could put a bow in their hair. We've got a little bow tie here. Our Cool Bean had a bow tie. You decide what kind of Cool Bean you get to make. You don't want to run into his little mouth. Little bow tie. So when I made my bow tie, I have 2 triangles with the points going toward the middle. And then I have my little circle in the middle. Oh, I'm loving the colors that we're using for some of us. And if you're not using colors now, crayons or markers or colored pencils, you can always go back and add them later. Ooh, wonderful. So many awesome pictures. Okay. Oh, we're almost done. We're going to add some arms and some legs. Now, what's very nice about Cool Bean is he has some pretty easy legs. Whoop. They're just straight lines and then a curved line there for the feet. And we have something similar for the arms and the hands here. Oh, his little fingers are a little crazy here. And he has his hands. I think he's trying to adjust his bow tie. So we've got some arms and legs, nothing fancy. And after you do that, you get to create a background, maybe like the playground that he was on. We've got some Cool Beans. Ooh. Who likes to play hopscotch? Anyone? Make some hopscotch here. So where is your Cool Bean going to be? His head's going to cover up some of, like you could see the 7 there behind there. Oh, you can't see the bottom. Okay. And we've got number 8 down here. So I've got a hopscotch. Might write the THE cool. Oh, you can't see all of it. I need to make this taller. Taller. The Cool Bean. There it is, our Cool Bean. Give us a background here. Ooh. All right, I hope you guys were able to follow along and have some fun with my Cool Bean character today. Look, he's got a background. Oh, I am loving it. All right, So let's take a look at these lovely, awesome drawings. Whoa, so many different cool beans. Wow. And if you didn't get a chance to color now, you could definitely color it, leave it close to your schoolwork, and then this will remind you, hey, maybe I can help that friend out. Even when we're online, we can still help our friends out, give them a compliment. Such fun. Thank you guys for drawing with me. Look at all of those. You guys look at all of these with me. Oh, I see slings. Oh, purple eyes and blue hair, big smiles. Great job.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mrs. Schroetz and Mrs. Martin, for teaching us not only about the cool bean, but also how to draw him. So I loved everyone's cool beans that they held up and showed us. So make sure to show that to your family and friends and tell them all about the cool bean. So thank you so much for joining us today. I'm going to pass it off to Mrs. Birch for our closing and our goodbyes. And we hope to see you guys very soon.
Yes, thank you so much. Great job, teachers. Great job, students. You all did an amazing job with your drawings. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. Parents, if you'll take pictures of your kids this week when they're in their pajamas, when they're wearing the red and pink the rest of the week, and share those with your teachers, we would love to have those. We're trying to take pictures on Zooms, but they don't always turn out great. So if you would like to share those with us, please do. All right. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. And we're going to get ready for grades 3 through 5. And you all have a wonderful rest of the week. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.